With all these amazing Game of the Year contenders coming out and a good handful being so close to each other, it's been hard to pick which one I really want to sink my teeth into. Which one will capture my obsessive attention and drag me in till I roll credits. The parkour zombie survival routing of Dying Light the Beast, the sequel to one of the most beloved Metroidvanias, Silksong, and Hades 2, which I've owned for a while but wanted to wait until its 1.0 release. And regardless of the performance issues others are suffering with Borderlands 4, I've had a good time with it. So why then, with all these amazing games that I own and can play whenever I feel like, have I gone and picked up a cheap game, lost myself in that, and 100%ed its achievements in the process? It wasn't even aimed either, the game just continued rubbing my dopamine spot just right while keeping me involved and invested. Now I will say, it's kinda hilarious that after I hit 100% of the achievements, I uninstalled the game and stopped playing, but this was my 3-day binge of Card Shop Simulator multiplayer, which I played alone. Now I bought this with the intention of playing it with people, as a fun little game to play for a few days or a week and then drop. I fully knew what I was looking to get from this game, a cheap hookup of unpacking rares, alt arts and shinies as a goblin in the corner while I paid employees to do my job for me. But as quick as the game started, I had already sunk a fair amount of hours in and was kinda shocked that so much time had gone by without me noticing. I think the reason that is it wasn't mechanically new to me. I played a game called TCG Card Shop Simulator which played basically the same, and I had sunk nearly 50 hours into that a year ago, but this I had only played for 25 hours and I was done. The first thing I can say about this game is that it is simplistic fun with a focused emphasis on being streamlined content. Nothing about this game felt like something I was suffering through. Almost every decision you make comes with an almost immediate positive feedback with sales, opening card packs and carefully planning out your shop's layout as you expand and furnish it. I can be someone who gets really carried away with layouts and planning out how a shop can look, but with this one I just went for the lazy chill playstyle. I put things where they would fit, I decorated how I felt at the time, and while I knew the shop looked like a love child of Chernobyl and anime girls, I never felt like that was the only direction I could go. The game plays extremely well while never really making you feel any level of stress unless you're wanting to run a perfect streamlined shop. The store and what you can buy grows as you progress. There are multiple generations of merchandise that you can unlock, which allows hiring people, but more importantly is the stock. You get standard cards, card box sets, deluxe sets, merchandise, shelves, cabinets, posters, lights and plenty more that allow you to customize your shop layout to be the ideal store you can envision. Now the graphics aren't the selling point, and it's more that routine of buying, selling, redecorating and expanding that becomes the main focus of it, with hype moments being when you unpack something awesome. I feel like I'm trying to promote how cool working is, but out of all the things you'll be doing, it's the merchandise that becomes the most important centerpiece of it all. So the cards come with an extremely familiar layout with their name, type, rarity, what set they're from, health, attack damage and some flavor text about the card. Now what they do from here is they give you a multitude of different variants of that card, with silver, golden, radiant, shine and EX. These editions also have a higher health and damage, making them better versions when playing the game as well as making them cost more. I didn't know if I would get into the actual card game, which there are two of. The first is a game where you select 3 sets of 5 and battle them against each other, with you only fighting the card ahead of you. The winning card stays on the field and whoever has the most cards at the end wins the round. Draws are also an outcome in this game, so whoever wins 2 rounds wins the game, and in this mode you are able to pick 3 of your opponent's cards. They're all hidden until you select them, but I found if I picked these 3 cards in particular, I often got good picks. Really good way to get some rare cards. Now in the second game you take 5 cards and you flip summon or awaken them for a turn before being able to use them. This game gives you more freedom though, as it allows you to focus attacks on specific cards. If you have a fire card and it's attacked by a water card, extra damage. You also get cards that can be used to help with modifiers once you have enough points to use them, like adding a shield, increasing stats, putting cards to sleep for a turn. It gives you more control and makes winning feel more deliberate than just happening to win. With this card game, the winner only gets to pick 1 card. At times I would finish a game and sprint over to another table before someone sat down just to get another game in. Sometimes this was just being petty, and other times I was chasing an achievement. It would be kind of hilarious as these 2 AIs would be walking towards a table and I would just dive at the table before the second one could sit down just to get another game in. Like an obsessed little card demon with no social skills. I love how the people who come into the shop have such a difference in design. You've got scientists, businessmen, or what I assume was handy people are in fact hunters, I suppose, with shotgun shells on their belt and knives, and then boom, K-pop and maids. It's just weird, but what I will say is they seem to change colour schemes and outfits the longer you play, which is a nice little extra detail to add so it doesn't feel so stale. In the menu, you can use your money to hire staff and manage them, buy stock individually depending on what you want to buy in, but you can also check available stock on the shelves that is already set up so you can specifically purchase in what you need to fill your shelves. Also expansions for the store up and downstairs. You can also navigate into your dailies and achievements to see what you can do to earn new rewards and see how the shop's performing too, with a higher rate leading to more sales. And at the end of the day, you can also see a daily report of how much you've spent, how much was sold, and clearly see how well the business is performing and see if you've made a profit. It's great to see the game reward you in-game for the achievements. Some give you trophies which you can place around the shop or outside, others give you money which goes towards improving your business. You can also sell the trophies too if you want, just to make more money. I like this as the thing I was accidentally working towards was giving me more funds to work with to get the business up and running. I've really only spoken about the things inside the shop, which makes sense, this is where you spend a ton of your time, but you can venture outside and explore. One of my favourite things was ordering tons of stuff just to have it stacked outside. The Leaning Tower of stock is iconic and I loved seeing this just stood high in the sky waiting for my little shop goblins to take it down box by box to restock the shelves. But as you go exploring, you find cards laying around in the street or in bins, and some of them are crazy expensive. I vaguely remember pulling a $2,000 card out of a bin. You can even be Batman across the rooftops looking for cards. The game just gives you a great deal of freedom to do whatever you want with your time. You can even go check out a fire gym. I don't know if this will change every now and then, but it was a fire gym both days I played. But you can challenge 3 opponents and earn trophies for beating them. It just seems so bizarre and weird, but I just had so much fun with this game. So thanks for listening to me ramble about it. I really do appreciate it. It was just fun. It seems like business nonsense, but I find this so relaxing and chill to get lost in as I open packs on the side of managing business. My time with this game was short and sweet in comparison to the time I put into other games, but it was well worth it and I felt like just talking about it as a little send off after fully achieving it. The fact I got 25 hours of playtime with this game and its simple premise only showcases how something so simple and easy can be enjoyed just as much as something complex. I think the only sad thing about my time with this game was that I could have shared it with someone, injected some chaotic companionship into it. That's my fault, and something only I can be blamed for. But what a fun time. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day and or evening, and I'll catch you next time.